All right, welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And today we are here to talk about the deal of Rodrygo to the club of Arsenal. And guys, it's really very interesting for the people that really support Arsenal that Rodrygo is one of those that is obviously very on the cards to see to it that all goes on well as planned. So, Arsenal have begun talks with Rodrygo to obviously see to it that convince him to join the club of Arsenal. The beauty of this is he is ready to obviously leave the club of Real Madrid because looks like Alonso doesn't have him in his plan. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokani David is my name, and tomorrow marks the end of the Premier League, and I see no sense in obviously making a match preview for that particular encounter of Arsenal versus a team known as Southampton away from home. Now, Goal from Germany has told us that Arsenal are now seriously considering a transfer for Rodrygo. Talks have begun between the scenes. The 24-year-old is a potential departure candidate at Real Madrid. It's difficult, but Arsenal are currently exploring all options for a possible transfer deal on. So, we all know to it that it's really one of the hardest deals to obviously execute. That is it for Rodrygo, especially for the amount of money that Madrid will call in for, because Madrid can call in for 80 million euros for Rodrygo because they bought him for 40 million euros? 40 to 50 million euros, meaning they would have gone ahead to make a profit of almost times to the amount of money they bought him from Brazil. So, Arsenal are really holding talks with the entourage of Rodrygo, and they would love to see to either obviously do the needful. But he says it's difficult, but Arsenal are currently doing the needful. So it's difficult because of lots of things. And I have to let you know that transfers are not easy, because we might be here when the side of Arsenal, with the side of Rodrygo, is trying to obviously put Real Madrid on pressure to obviously offer them the contract that they want. And players have gone ahead to use teams that really have interest in them to see to it that they really put that team where they are on tension to see to it that they really offer them the amount of money they really want. And when you look at Rodrygo's contract at the club of Real Madrid, let's check it out here and see. Let's see how long is it obviously ending. So they are telling us that Rodrygo, his contract expires in 2028, meaning that from now there are 3 seasons not so left for him to play, and Real Madrid want to get money from Rodrygo. They're supposed to obviously sell the player now, because next season when he's left with 2 years on his contract, no one is obviously going to be offering you that amount of money. And what money are we talking about? 80 million euros. That means if the player is to go and Madrid are to get the amount of money they want from the player, they should get that money now, and see to it that all goes on well as planned. So that is Rodrygo for you. So as it stands, talks have gone ahead to begin, and you know what happens in the talks. One, the personal terms are really very important, because for the amount of money that Rodrygo is going to be sold, it's not in the hands of the player, because Rodrygo doesn't have a release clause. Because if he had a release clause, it would have gone ahead to be easy to really trigger it. But because it doesn't have one, what is to happen is simple. It's all about one thing: sitting down and agreeing personal terms with Rodrygo. When everything is done and dusted, then they'll focus onto the club of Real Madrid on whether they are willing to sell. But the moment you see to it that the talks are really ongoing between Arsenal and Rodrygo, that means the agent has signaled to potential teams, all potential suitors of Rodrygo, that he's for sale and just continue and really negotiate with us. The rest will be history. That is all about Rodrygo into the mix. So we wait and see what is obviously going to be coming out of those talks. But Arsenal is in for Rodrygo, and we just can't wait to see how that will pan out. I know he's really an exciting signing. And by the way, the beauty of Rodrygo is when you get Rodrygo, you would have gotten a player who can play on the left forward, right forward, and the center forward. And he has the experience and is better than Nico Williams. I know Nico Williams is really very exciting, cheaper, but where Arsenal is going, I think Rodrygo serves a better purpose. And the huge question will be, can he really suit the Premier League? But we've gonna hate to see him play the Champions League when he's facing teams in the Premier League. And he has gonna hate to obviously destroy them completely. That is the man known as Rodrygo. So we'll wait and see how that pans out. And that is what we have for a man known as Rodrygo. Let's go to Wayne Rooney, having something to say about Kevin De Bruyne, who is playing his last Premier League game tomorrow. Wayne Rooney has said the following about KDB, that I think Kevin De Bruyne is the best Premier League midfielder. He can run games like Steven Gerrard, score goals like Frank Lampard, create like Ryan Giggs, or Paul Scholes. And by the way, I think I buy the idea, or I buy the narrative that Wayne Rooney is trying to sell, because this player is really one of a kind. He is really one of a kind. That is Kevin De Bruyne. For the seasons has been here, he has created lots of goals, and even scored, and he's a leader. Anything that he would want in a player that is really a central attacking midfielder, this guy gives it to you. In his first season, 2015-2016, in 25 games, he made 9 assists and scored 7 goals. In his second season of 2016-2017, 36 games, 6 goals and 18 assists. Then 2017-2018, 37 goals, 8 goals and 16 assists. 2018-2019, 19 games, 2 goals and 2 assists. That was really bad for him. I think he really had injuries in there. Then I think this was his best season ever in the Premier League, 2019-2020, where he went ahead to obviously see himself play 35 games, 13 goals and 20 assists. He had a goal involvement in the Premier League of 33 goals. 2020, 2021, 25 games played, 6 goals, 12 assists. And 2021, 2022, 30 games played, 15 goals and 8 assists. 2022, 2023, 32 games, 7 goals and 16 assists. 2023, 2024, 18 matches, 4 games and 4 assists. And 10 assists. This season, 27 games played, 4 goals scored and 7 assists put together. That is Rodrygo for you. And he comes in through at that level. That is Kevin De Bruyne for you. And I think Wayne Rooney is really right that he can really run games like Steven Gerrard, score goals like Frank Lampard, create like Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes. Anything you would want from a midfielder, this guy has it. When it means really carrying that ball through the central axis, he can. Things like the third assist, secondary assists, he's really deadly. Any position of the pitch where he is, he can really spark a moment that can result into goals crossing the back of the net. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David is my name. I call upon for your reaction in the comment section below. Rodrygo to Arsenal talks begin. You understand? Rodrygo to Arsenal talks begin. And obviously, after them beginning, we'll let you know that all will go on well as planned. So that's what we had in for you for the side of Rodrygo to the side of Arsenal. And do you agree with Wayne Rooney that Kevin De Bruyne is one of the best players in the Premier League? ever. Right? We out. Bye bye.